The Tata Punch has been in the news for all the right reasons. It may be just a month since Tata launched the car in India, but they've already moved 8,000 units of the vehicle. And their strategy to bring a SUV-sized vehicle in the traditional field of B hatchbacks is turning out to be quite the bountiful harvest for 2021. Now, in the run-up to the launch, we reviewed the car, looked at everything that was there in detail, and even got the reviewers into the studio to tell you everything about it. Now here we are in the next part of our assessment of the Tata Punch, and today we're going to answer the all-important question, how much do you get, or as you would say colloquially, kitna deti hai? And that we're going to answer via the CarWale real-world fuel efficiency test with this car, the Tata Punch, and today what we have for you is the 1.2 litre with the AMT transmission. Before we begin, here are some of the details on the Tata Punch. First showcased as the HBX concept at the 2020 Auto Expo, it was launched in India on 18th of October 2021 with prices in the range of Rs 5.49 lakh to Rs 9.09 lakh. There are 4 variants, multiple color options including 2 dual tone options, 1 petrol engine with 2 gearbox options, and what we are driving today is of course the AMT petrol. For all the details on the Tata Punch, do visit our website carwale.com. Now to the thing that's at the very heart of this video, which is the petrol engine, and in this case it's Tata's 1.2 litre 3-cylinder petrol engine that produces 84 bhp and 113 Nm of torque and can be had with either a 5-speed manual or a 5-speed automated manual transmission, which is what we are driving today. This is the same engine that's offered in the Tiago, the Tigor, the Tiago NRG as well as the Altros. In the case of the Punch, it gets 2 driving modes, City and Eco. City gives you access to all the torque and the power, while Eco dials it back a little. Basically, you have an alteration in the way the throttle responds, and as the name suggests, City is useful when you're out on the highway or when you need to get going quickly, and Eco is useful for heavy bumper-to-bumper traffic. Now, in our test, we have done the city efficiency and highway efficiency, half in city, half in eco mode, and again highway efficiency, half in city and half in eco mode, so that we have all our bases covered. We are here at the petrol pump, and here's how it's going to go for the CarWale real world fuel efficiency test. We arrive at the pump, tank up the car to the absolute brim, and then drive on a predetermined route for a predetermined distance, and once we're done, come back to the pump and fill up the car again to determine how much fuel we've used. We do this both for highway and city conditions, and in terms of simple maths, it's distance driven by the amount of liters used, and that will give us the real world fuel efficiency of the Tata Punch AMT. Tata claims that ARAI fuel efficiency of 18.82 kmpl for this petrol AMT version of the Punch. Let's see how close it comes to this number in real-world testing conditions. Now this 1.2 litre engine that powers the Tata Punch both in manual and AMT, guys, not the most refined engine. You can feel some mild vibrations in the steering wheel as well as the gear lever. And this being a 3-cylinder engine, it also has like a rough sound, and you can hear it. It's quite audible, especially if you're going on the higher side of things, but it's not all that harsh, and I think it's something that you can live with. Another characteristic of this engine is that it doesn't have a particularly strong bottom end, which means that even in the full fat city mode, the gearbox shifts only past the 3000 rpm mark, which means that if you need to overtake larger vehicles like trucks or buses, you need to plan your overtakes, build up speed, and then go past. But the Punch manages to hold its own in a place that Tata has always been strong, which is ride quality. The suspension setup is excellent in terms of absorption and settling down over bad bumps and imperfections, rarely displacing the occupants. In fact, you would only do so if you went really hard into an imperfection or bump, or it was something really, really deep. Even then, the car manages to settle itself quickly and not displace the occupants too badly. Now we have completed the first part of our city fuel efficiency test, and we have done 80 kilometers in city conditions and returned to the petrol pump and filled up. This Punch AMT used 6.15 liters for that distance, giving us an average of 12.85 kmpl. Now we're going to move on to the highway run. Now, in terms of highway driving experience, the Punch is more or less the opposite of what it's like in the city, where it lacked the bottom end and had difficulty in getting initial grunt. It has an extremely strong mid-range, which means that it has easy cruising ability, and for you to not just cruise at 3-digit speeds, but to get there, to go back and probably go back there again. And this is aided by the fact that the car is actually at 1070 kgs, is heavier than its rivals, which means that it feels more sure-footed on the highway, feels more planted, giving you confidence to go faster. One of the two things that you can do to improve your driving experience on the highway, one is to leave the gearbox in A mode and let it do its thing in the background. The strong mid-range means that it won't shift unnecessarily that often. The other thing is to ensure that you don't suffer from that thing that AMT shift through corners, is to prepare yourself, load up and keep a steady throttle through the turns. The transmission doesn't shift in that manner. Now we've covered city fuel efficiency and gave you the figures. Now we have done the highway efficiency run, and this is what we found. We did the requisite 80 kilometers on highway conditions and found out that the Punch AMT used 4.19 liters of petrol, equating to a total fuel efficiency of 18.67 kmpl. On the digital trip meter, both for city and highway conditions, the difference between what was shown and what we achieved was just 1 to 2 kmpl, indicating just how close things actually were. The combined fuel economy of this Tata Punch AMT is calculated at 14.29 kmpl, and considering this number with a tank size of 37 liters, the Punch can realistically achieve a range of 528.7 km, which is impressive for an engine of this size and capacity. This figure must be also looked at with the fact that the Punch in this AMT, guys, weighs in at 1070 kgs, a significantly higher number than its rivals like the Maruti Swift, Hyundai Grand i10 Neos, Maruti Ignis and the Renault Triber. In the larger scheme of things, it's also likely that with fuel prices fluctuating in high numbers and stricter emission regulations, these kind of numbers will soon become the norm from cars of such class, size and power. So there you have it, the fuel efficiency figures for the Tata Punch AMT. City, highway, average and total range. Everything that you wanted to know about driving this car. There is of course a manual version of the vehicle, and in the future we will be able to test it and give you the same figures. So what other car would you like to see being tested like this? Do leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the CarWale YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.